Okay, so next video is more cookware. Yesterday we talked about ceramic, aluminum, and stainless steel. Today we're going to talk about non-stick. Ooh, I wasn't ready. Non-stick cast iron and copper. So non-stick is what's commonly in a lot of kitchens because it's simple, it's easy, it's cheap, it's just kind of become the common thing. So for non-stick, the pros are that it's non-stick, so it's easy for cleanup and quicker cooking, and it's affordable, which is why so many of us have it, which is what the pans that I need to replace are. The cons are that it's not suitable for high temps. The coating can emit toxic fumes if heated past 450 to 500 degrees, and maybe even at normal temps it can emit these toxic fumes. I just learned about this. If heated to the point of degradation, PTFE can cause flu-like symptoms. Therefore, it's less durable, so that's the other con. So I wrote a little bit of information. Commonly, nonstick is coated with PTFE, which is polytetrafluoroethylene, often referred to as Teflon or silicone. However, they used to be coated with PFOA, which is perfluorooctanoic acid, and that was introduced in food manufacturing in the 1940s and is no longer used due to health concerns. But it sounds to me like PTFE is not much better. So I tend to, I don't cook at high temps. I usually cook at like medium high, but I usually heat my pan up at high. Um, and I didn't realize that that was an issue for Teflon. So yeah, that's not cool. I need something that I can use and not have to think about what temperature I'm using it at so that I'm not emitting toxic fumes. Um, and my pans are old and crusty and scratched and, warped. And so, yeah, they just need to be replaced. So I don't think I'll be going with a nonstick version. And as a wrap up of yesterday's, I don't think I'll be doing stainless steel or aluminum. I don't think they make, I'm going to guess they don't make pans in ceramic, but they might. So out of the first four, I'm still going with ceramic. The next one is cast iron. Pros for cast iron are that it holds heat well. It can be used in the oven. I love that feature. It's durable, affordable, and low stick. So it does have a lot of really good features. I do love anything that I can use on the stovetop and then put in the oven. However, the cons are that it needs to be preheated. It requires maintenance for cleaning and storage, and it's not for all types of foods. Acidic foods can harm the seasoning. If you know anything about cast iron, you have to season it, which is part of the maintenance. And no delicate foods like fish or crepes, which kind of makes sense, I guess, because of the way it heats. I don't typically cook fish on the stovetop anyway, and I don't make crepes, so that wouldn't be too much of an issue for me. But it may leach iron more if it's used with acidic foods. So for me, the way my brain works, if there's a potential for it to leach anything at all, I'm probably going to stay away from it because I just don't want to be thinking about that in the back of my mind and worrying about it. So I probably would not go with cast iron. It is a good option for those of you that have been using it for years and you're used to it. No big deal. I have zero experience with cast iron and seasoning, and there's lots of instructions on YouTube on how to season it. However, do your research because, not all instructions are the same. So make sure that you're reading the correct instructions on seasoning and you don't screw up your cast iron. But I don't think I'll go with that option either. And then the last option is copper. Copper pros are that it conducts heat well. It's low stick. It's non-reactive, so acidic foods are okay, and it cools rapidly. So cools rapidly was actually in the cons section, but I put it in the pros section because for me, um, my pan staying hot is an issue. When I'm done cooking, I need it to cool down quick. And because they don't, I have to put it somewhere safe so that if my nosy Saint Bernard, it goes and sniffs the stovetop or the cat, that they're not going to hurt themselves. I know that they're smart, and I'm hoping that they're smart enough not to be able to realize that it's hot, but you never know. And so cooling rapidly is actually would be a pro for me. The cons are that copper is very expensive. And I did add cools rapidly in the cons section as well. So copper only has two cons, expensive and it cools rapidly. On the pros, it conducts heat well, it's low stick, it's non-reactive. So copper sounds like a really good option as well. However, I didn't do any like research on the price. The article that I was getting this off of was actually like they're talking like over $100 for a pan, um, all the way up into the thousands, I think it said. So copper could be a really expensive option. I know they have copper coated, and I maybe should do a little more research on what quality of copper. I'm assuming they're all copper coated. So copper I would look more into. So between ceramic, aluminum, stainless steel, non-stick, cast iron, and copper, for me, am most interested in the ceramic and the copper. So when I go pan shopping, which I may do shortly, because I really need to do it, copper and ceramic, I think, are the options that I'm going to be looking for. So I hope that these two videos about cookware have been helpful. And some of the other notes that I took, I remembered something else. Remember I said on the other video that there was something else I needed to check into, and that was a glass water bottle. So, and I had talked about the water bottle. So I need to, I looked up some yesterday and found some options that were affordable and practical. So in looking at the different things that will be drinks that I'll be trying to incorporate more often, I'm going to need to be able to infuse my water, so I need an opening that I can fit fruit in if I'm going to infuse it with fruit or vegetables or whatever, lemon, cucumber, whatever. So that was another thing. And let's see. I need new baking sheets because I only have one tiny little warped, nasty one left, so I have to get new baking sheets. And a salad spinner, because I would like to start making some kale chips as a snack and not pay $5 a bag for them. So a salad spinner would be a good option so that I don't waste a lot of time. I've made kale chips in the past and it was really labor intensive. So I would like to reduce that labor. Oh, on the salad spinners, not all salad spinners are alike, so definitely do your own research if you're going to look into that, because they are not all the same, and if you're going to invest the money in a new tool, you definitely want to make sure that you get the best option for you and for your needs. And then I just wanted to briefly mention that I will not be going over smoothies. I might have mentioned that before. But I don't do well with cold. Every time we've ever made smoothies in the past, it's like a chore for me to have to drink it. Not because of the taste. The taste is always great. It just doesn't do it for me. And I think the coldness is part of it. I don't like cold things because I'm always cold. So there are a million smoothie recipes out there. Definitely, if you want to incorporate smoothies into your plans, feel free to do that, but I won't be covering them for what I'm going to be doing in this series. So, all right, so that is it for this video. This is the second video for the cookware, and we'll be moving on to other topics in the next couple of days. Thanks. Don't forget to hit that like